Hi, my name is Barry Solomon. Welcome to the 14th Gurus in Training episode, number 14. I had some technical difficulties with my internet out here on this lake. It did not work, so I decided to go on ahead and do a pre-recorded hangout, and I'll invite everyone after the recording is over. Today is July 4th, 2014. Once again, my name is Barry Solomon. Today is Independence Day. Shortly there will be fireworks going off. So get your get your children together. Get ready to show them some fireworks show, or maybe you're at a park and you're about to witness the fireworks on the 4th of July. You're about to witness the sky light up. And I thank you for hanging out with me today. You could be anywhere, but you chose to watch this webinar at this specific point in time, and I am grateful that you decided to hang out with me. The topic of today's webinar is called Independence, because it's Independence Day, July 4th. Independence from what, you might ask? Someone told me something that was kind of funny. There's such thing as financial independence, and this person said, it was during a seminar, he said, give me the number to your bank account and your password, and I'll show you financial independence. I just thought it was kind of funny. Just thought I'd throw that in there. Maybe you can use it later on somewhere at some point. But today's topic is independence. I'm going to tell you a little story really quick about independence. I have 5 children. And you know how children are at that age, they get to that certain age where they feel, they don't need your help anymore. I'm talking what, age 4 or 5? For example, you might say something like, you might try to excuse the train. I'm gonna have to talk loud because there's a train going by. I am in Dallas, Texas, in the city. At this lake in the city, but every 5 minutes this train goes by. So ignore that. Pretend that didn't happen. Back to my story. So my daughter, my sons as well, sometimes your kids, this may have happened to you before too, your children will say something like this: no, I can do it, or no, I know how to do it. And when they say that to you, it's like, wow, my child is growing up. They don't need me as much. I mean, they still need me, but not for certain little things that they can do themselves that we used to do for them. So they're starting to become a little bit more independent of us. And I want you to think about your own personal life and what you want to be dependent of. Maybe you're someone who wants to be dependent of a certain job or a certain boss, and you want to be independent of that. I'd like to digress a little bit and say, what is independence exactly? My definition of independence is when you can go about the world, go about your business, and not have to rely on anyone for anything. Unless, of course, there's an emergency or something and you might need some help with something. But other than that, you don't need anyone's help financially. You don't need anyone's help emotionally. Well, some of us might need some emotional help because we're crazy. Just admit it, you're crazy. If you're crazy, you're just crazy. I'm crazy. People call me crazy all the time. But there's different types of crazy. There's psycho crazy, like crazy in the head, schizophrenic crazy. And there's crazy where you start a business, a certain business, maybe a business online, and people say you're crazy. Or you do something out of the ordinary, something that people don't see every day, and you're crazy. Or you come up with an idea, like the Wright brothers did, and you say, we're gonna put some metal together, and we're going to fly people through the sky in this piece of metal. Imagine before there was an airplane, two brothers called the Wright brothers telling their friends and family that we're going to put people in metal, pieces of metal, we're going to put engines on it, and it's going to fly through the sky. You're crazy. You brothers, you two Wright brothers are crazy. It'll never happen. Now we have airplanes. Independence. Or maybe you want to be independent of a certain situation. For example, I used to hate going into Walmart and my kids asking for something, a toy. Now, keep in mind, I have 5 children. So that's 5 toys. Well, the baby, he can't talk yet because he's still a baby. He's 10 months old. But I used to go into Walmart and I used to hate when they would ask me for a toy because I didn't have the money to buy them a toy. So I wanted independence from that. And I finally found it with this company that I'm with now. Or maybe you want to be independent of someone. Maybe you have to financially depend on somebody for something, and you want to be independent of that. Or maybe you want to be independent of your job, or maybe you want to be independent of something. Maybe you want to be independent of the bus and get a car. These are some of the things that in our lifetime we want to not have to depend on. And so as you're watching this video, you're watching this hangout, going on 6 minutes, I just want you to know that you can be independent of the things that you want to be independent of, if that makes sense. You can be independent of people talking about you, pointing fingers at you, telling you you can't do something. You can be independent of that. You can be independent of people looking at you and judging you according to your past. Well, he's been in 1,000 deals. He's going to be in another one, and he's going to quit, and he's not going to make any money with this one, just like he didn't make any money with the other ones. Listen closely. I'm going to get close. I'm going to get close to you. Your past does not equal your future. Whatever happened in the past, forget about it. It's a new day. It's a new period in time. It's a new future. It's time for you to become independent of your past. This is your Independence Day. This is the day that you have decided to become independent of everything in your life that you're depending on. Maybe you want to become independent of food stamps. Maybe you want to become independent of the government. Maybe you want to become independent of a job and start your own company, your own business. I remember when I was looking for an opportunity on the internet. For 2 years, I was in school a couple years ago for audio engineering, music production. That's my background. Music production, audio engineering, and before that I was a truck driver. And one day I decided, I was driving down the road. I was driving this 18-wheeler, a tanker truck. And what I was doing was I was taking water to the fracking sites or the oil drilling sites. And one day I was just driving down this winding back country road, and I decided that I was going to be independent of driving 18-wheelers because I missed so much. I missed out on so much of my life. I was behind the times on so much driving an 18-wheeler. The years go by and you wake up one day and there's kids that you once knew that are grown now. And you look at and I look at my father, who is now 60. He's about 60 years old now. And so I think about these things that I would like to be independent of. And I think about these stories that I've been hearing recently. As a matter of fact, just got back from an event in South Carolina. It was called an Impact event. And we learned a lot of things about language patterns. We learned a lot of things about how to get people to buy from us just by the words that we say, just by the words that we type online, just by the words that we type in our ads. And these are some of the things that help us become independent as online marketers. I'm an online marketer. But back to my story. So I was driving down the road and I decided that I was going to be independent of having to drive a truck ever again. So I turned in my driving gloves, and I have not been behind the wheel of an 18-wheeler since. And that was almost 3 years ago. So we moved to California, where I got to go to school, and I got to learn about audio engineering because that's what I wanted to do. That is what I love. I love being in the music studio. I love music production. I love creating music. I love the whole creative environment, the whole creative atmosphere. I could live in the studio. That's where I come from. That's my love, my heart. And so I decided to become independent of driving trucks. And then while I was going to school for music, I was searching on the internet for ways to make money online so that I could finance my music. Because I wanted to build a studio, music studio in my home. And so if you're watching this video, you're the type of person that wants to become independent of whatever's holding you back in your life. If you're watching this video, it is because you are someone who is ready to make a decision on becoming independent on whatever it is that's holding you back. So I would suggest that you go on ahead and click. There's a link below this video. I want to share some things with you that can help you reach your independence in your life. And it's not only financial independence, it's mindset independence. If you're going to be successful on the internet, if you're watching this video, if you're one of those people that are looking for something online to be successful at, it starts with your mindset. Because here's the thing, if you don't have the right mindset, as soon as you hit a wall in your business, you're out of there. You're going to quit because you don't have the resources available to keep going. And that's another reason why the events are so powerful, because you get in a room of 2,000 people or more that are exactly like you, that are building businesses on the internet. And it doesn't matter what niche they're in. At home, in your home environment, you may not have that circle of influence. You may not have that circle of people, that circle of friends that encourage you to push forward in your internet business, to never give up, to never stop, to become independent of that job that you don't like or that boss that you don't like. So I want to close with this. I'm happy that you have decided to make a decision. I'm happy that you have decided to fight the forces of evil that have been holding you back in your life. It's time to become dependent of those forces of evil that are holding you back from achieving the greatness that you deserve, from achieving the greatness that your children deserve, from achieving the greatness that your family deserves. And not only financially, but mentally, emotionally, physically. So I thank you once again for joining me on this 4th of July, Independence Day 2014. And it is my hope, my sincere hope, that you enjoy the rest of this day with your family, or that you have enjoyed this day with your family. And I hope to see you at our next event in Orlando, Florida in October 2014. And you are going to witness something so powerful that it will blow your mind. For more about independence and fighting the forces of evil in your life, go on ahead and click the link below this video. Thank you for hanging out with me, Barry Solomon, on this 14th episode of Gurus in Training. And I'll see you guys in Orlando.